Dear Journal, I mentioned in my channel intro that I use geocaching as a way to combat my problems. One of them I can only describe as a kind of social paranoia. Not anxiety, but paranoia. The most concise way for me to explain it is that people are a chaos that I wish to avoid. However, I don't want to wallow or languish in routine or the familiar. Children, if you're listening, shame on you, you little bastards. This is PG-13, but learn from your elders. The familiar is nice, but not good for personal growth. So, keeping all that in mind, I decided to challenge myself with a stroll around the crowded tourist-friendly bits of Philadelphia and try and play the game that I have come to know and love. My plan is simple. Begin with my bicycle at the familiar near the top of the Wissahickon and ease myself into the dense areas connecting the Schuylkill trails into Fairmount Park down towards City Hall. Go early to avoid the big crowds. The start of the day was shit, because I left stuff in the car and had to double back, and in less than 15 minutes I got all confused about where I parked. Familiar indeed. By 7:30 a.m. though, I was DNFing my first cache. You know, Journal, I wanted to try and make quick time into the city, but I gotta give Philly its props. This is a nice national natural landmark since 1964 you got wedged in you. There's some other caches right along the main trail that I would be foolish not to stop for. In fact, I think one's at the top of these stairs. This is called the Indian statue, dedicated to the indigenous Lenape people. It, and I quote from the Friends of the Wissahickons website, recalls the period before the arrival of the colonists when the Wissahickons' natural riches were for the Indians alone. End quote. That seems a little insult to injury there, don't you think? Guys, remember when this was your land? Here's a statue. I can hear my subscribers now. What? You want to see his crotch? That's weird. There you go, freak. Yes, I may lose 10 to 20 subscribers from that little joke, but I just made one from Arkansas with very specific fetishes. Very happy. You're welcome. Also, DNF up on this bitch. Alright, I didn't want to have to do this because math was involved, but I want a cache, and I want one now. There's an Earth cache at Devil's Pool. I wasn't too interested in it before when I was here with Steve, but now I'm desperate. I know from that visit that I may as well leave my bike chained up here. Also, you need a permit to ride off the main Wissahickon trail. I do not have one, nor would I be able to ride this anyway. So, tits to that. It's a good place to fart, I'm sorry. Nice saying, Skimmush, why did you put that in the video? I just want to let all you normies know I'm human, just like you. Oh God, it's following me. It's terrible. Ooh, somebody's skinny dipping. Yeah, actually I need to go to the bottom. Oh. Oh. No naked ladies. No naked ladies, only math. Stinking math. I gotta take elevation readings and do something with pi. There's a quote from Shakespeare. I gotta take my picture here. I gotta take my picture there. But in the end, it's one more for the old records. Nobody's twisting my arm to do this. Some think that the Devil's Pool here is where the spirits of good and evil meet, which doesn't explain the lopsidedness in its name, but hey, I would have settled for some boobies or some really fat kid cannonballing in and playfully splashing me with refreshing devil water. It's like 9 a.m.-ish now, and I'm surprised I've had the place to myself for so long. A little further in was a good old regular-sized traditional cache, but I noticed both my phone and my GPS were all over the place, possibly interference from spirits of good and evil, possibly from the harsh chemicals alleged to have seeped into these waters. But that didn't stop me from falling on my ass. Off camera, sorry, yeah, I'm disappointed too. After my brush with death, nobody can prove it wasn't, I decided to get some miles on, some kilometers, some clicks, some konnichiwa. I needs to get into the city before I lose my nerve. Now, I'm blasting past all sorts of landmarks and such, and one day I'll come back to get more Wissahickon caches, but for now, I'd like to enjoy the ride. Soon the Wissahickon dumped me out on a trail along the Schuylkill River, called the Schuylkill River Trail, surprisingly, and I believe Schuylkill means keep walking, Lenape tribe, keep walking. From my erroneous GPS readings, I assumed there was a cache down on this little dock, and I figured, since there was a ladder and stairs, it was obviously fair game. Sorry. Alright, well now I'm just clearly delaying the inevitable. Standing around pretending to be thoughtful. Move on, Skimbo, back up the ladder. Just keep moving. Find some caches. Don't be scared, lady. Official geocacher coming through. Most of the areas along the Schuylkill where there were caches had people at them, so eventually I just had to bust my cherry of suspiciousness for the day. yeah, that looks totally natural. I can't believe that I thought this didn't look too shady at the time. Ah well, I'm white, and hey, I'm just happy to have another find on this busy day. I feel really safe and comfy here in the shadows, signing the log behind the wall with the river at my back. Really safe. Really suspicious, but really safe. Speaking of safety, guardrails. Always an easy find. Bam! DNF. Picnic benches, then. Always an easy find. Bam! DNF. I get it, universe. You want me to make it for the city. Okay, I'm going. Check it out. I can see the city now. I'm not far. Alright, these people have the right idea. Now, Journal, I'm used to riding on wide trails with very little people, so this was kind of crazy to me. Look at all these damn probabilities not giving a damn about anyone but themselves while riding. This is some chaos waiting to unfold here. Yield right of way. Skimbosh, you simple bumpkin. One time I misjudged a zig when I should have zagged, so I ran off into the grass and pretended that it was what I meant to do. I totally needed to check my phone. Alright. This is the end of part 1. I'm at the edge of the city proper. Maybe Phil isn't ready for Philadelphia.
No, you're ready.